علیکم دوستان، امیدوارم که خوش جور باشین در هر جایی که هستین. خوش آمدین در یک ویدیوی دیگه. آره دوستان، امروز نه ویدیو از خاطری یونیسف ایونت که در پیشنا ویدیو که ما از خاطرش یکم گپ زدم، ولی این ویدیو که خصوصا از خاطر امضای ایونت که دبن زود دزو برنامه که چیکار شده، چریتی ایونت از خاطر چیز بودک. انجام میخواستم تشکری خاص کنم از زاک که ویدیو که ریکورد کردک. Thank you so much Zach, your work is amazing and you guys will get to witness it as well. Thank you to Saj for hosting the event that night. and برای دوستا، برای مهمانا که از شهرهای بریزبین، کمبرا، ملبورن، سیدنی هم دادن تشکر یک جهان. and از آرتیست های ما که در پیشنا ویدیو هم گفتم، رازیا، الیاس، زیا, thank you for the beautiful arts and yeah, I hope که ویدیو رو enjoy کنین and let me know what you guys think and انشالله که ما بتونیم امیتر یک جای کشنیم در آینده ideas شیر کنیم چطور بتونیم که ما در جامعه خوب که کمک کنیم and yeah, I really do hope you guys enjoy.
I would like to invite Samira and Fatima, the two sisters from Afghanistan, born in Afghanistan, been in Australia only a couple of years now. They're gonna come on the stage and sing a Hazaragi song for us.
Was shot in Kundli in Afghanistan, where majority of the people are from the Hazara community, and I see there's a lot of Hazara people here tonight. So I would like to play that video.
We need more support than the children of Afghanistan. It's the toughest place on earth to be a child. Right now, 97% of the population is on the brink of poverty. That means that parents can't put food on the table for their children. It means that children are getting up in the morning, going to school crying with hunger. And the progressive rollback and restrictions on women's rights is also causing challenges. These women would normally work and be able to contribute to the family income, but they're unable to do so, and that's adding an additional burden to the families. But UNICEF is here on the ground. We have 13 offices nationwide, and ironically, since the end of the conflict, we now have around 60% of the country open up to us. So we're now able to vaccinate children against preventable childhood disease who've never had immunisations. We're opening classrooms in areas that have never had schools. Narga is here, who will hopefully go to bed with a full tummy tonight, no pain, and hopeful that tomorrow will be a little bit better and a little bit brighter because of all of you. Thank you.
It brings back the memories of home, where I have kind of briefly worked as well. I mean, those faces, you know, the limitations, the deprivation, that was there at that time before the collapse of Afghanistan was hard to see. And we can only imagine how harder it has got since Taliban have taken over. And particularly places like Daikundi, which is very remote and also discriminated because of the ethnicity that resides there. There is a lot of ethnic discrimination happening in Afghanistan. There are a lot of other problems as well apart from poverty in Afghanistan, and it makes it even harder. Hazara people are at the verge of genocide, displacement, and have been the subject of genocide for more than 100 years. They have been at the verge of killings and displacements.
Namani, Nanari Nat Kotanyukuk, Mani Nadu Tempiti, Nadu Gana Yatanga Takanti. The land is stolen. I pay respects to Ghana elders, past, present and emerging. I also pay deep respect to all Aboriginal people, elders and young leaders, particularly young leaders. In Australia, we, about time, are proceeding to implement Voice, Treaty and Truth. A true voice for all is what we need to move forward as a much kinder, more accepting country. Our First Nations people have been here for well more than 60,000 years. This is their country, and truth-telling is very important. That can be done through a voice to Parliament together, and we can move forward. We have many challenges in our own community here, but none of the challenges that we face in our community get anywhere close to the challenges of your family and your friends from Afghanistan. The words from Sam Mort just now really, for me, just galvanise the intent that I have in this community to help bring us together through empowering all of our people to have a voice, to participate in our democracy, which is a wonderful thing, and strengthen our resolve to support people from other nations. All the acknowledgements of important people in this room, including all guests, has already happened, so I just want to say again what a privilege it is to be here with people like the Honourable Jing Lee and Aman Abraham-Zadeh, my friends through Parliament, local government, but also we come across each other at a range of events. We were just reflecting how many this week we have actually crossed paths in, but I think what that does for us as well is it helps us to join together across many facets of our Parliament to think about making a journey together which is stronger for our nation and then in turn stronger for others. I sat yesterday with Angus and Kabora and Daniel and spent some time talking and importantly listening. The role of an ambassador can't be underestimated. You do get the opportunity, particularly through the wonderful name of Unicef, to open many doors. And yesterday we had a really great discussion about how we can work collaboratively here in South Australia and do more together, because we are actually working towards the same journey, a journey of empowering all people in our community, particularly people from diverse backgrounds, people who have come from other countries and are building a home here, but do that on the shoulders of giants that they have left behind in their home country. You cannot have well-being and health and education. You cannot find employment, and you absolutely cannot build a community and relationships without a home. As a community, and on behalf today of the Premier, I say you are all welcome and your family is welcome, and together we can build a much better world if we make that commitment and we join together and break down those barriers and educate. So I thank you very much for having me. I thank you for your commitment and all the work that you do. It is so very, very important, and I look forward to doing more with you as we move forward together.
just to mention that you might see on Mahzad's t-shirt, it says Zan Zindagi Azadi. Thank you for that, Mahzad. That was so powerful.
Daniel and I have had the privilege of doing what we can to raise the voices with our fellow ambassadors around Australia who unfortunately can't be here with us tonight because they live in different states. This night was a vision earlier this year, but I want to thank Unicef Australia who placed their trust in this vision to make this night happen. I fully appreciate that the fact Unicef Australia helped us to raise the voices of our young children in Australia to our decision makers. And we get the privilege of going to the Parliament House in 2 weeks to raise those concerns that our South Australian community has brought to us. So let's give a clap for that. We have listened to so many young Australians around Australia through our surveys and consultations. So if a woman in Perth is raising concern for their child being abused and being killed because of a vicious bashing just a few weeks ago, that matters to me. If a girl in Afghanistan is trying to get a basic education but never returns home, that matters to me. If our young children living in regional areas don't get the same opportunities for the progress of our country, that matters to me. And most importantly, I know that it matters to you. It matters to Unicef Australia, and which is why we are all here tonight. As much as the focus of the night was about raising money for the children of Afghanistan, I want to empower every young girl and boy sitting here tonight that you matter, regardless of where we come from, our gender, ethnicity, that you're making valuable contribution to our country. Let's give ourselves a clap. Every day this country reminds us of how lucky we are to call our place home. For so many of us tonight, Australia is the first country that recognized us as citizens. We do not take that for granted. I acknowledge those sitting here tonight on temporary visas, living life in limbo where you cannot look back or look forward can be quite daunting, especially like Zaki Haidari, who's here from Sydney tonight to support us regardless of being on a temporary visa. On official papers he may not be recognized as a citizen, but every single day he embodies what it truly means to be an Australian citizen. As a young girl, I remember coming home with a school bag of stationeries that made me and my sisters feel like we exist. Tonight, I stand here in front of you as a proud Australian, as a proud Hazara, as a proud member of our Defence Force, and as a proud Unicef ambassador. I can confidently say that you joining me tonight, we are seeding hope in children 9,581 kilometers away from us. It is the difference between a child going to school rather than dropping out to become a farmer or a coal miner. It is the difference between a child having a healthy development rather than being deprived of the critical nutrition needs. It is the difference between not letting history repeat itself. For all I know, most of our mothers and fathers here tonight have never attended school. And it is the difference between a child being able to pay it forward, our generational hope and our generational challenge, 10 and 20 years from this very night. With this umeed, which translates to hope, that yes, this may be our generational challenge, to equip every child with the right to education, freedom, regardless of where we're born or where we're raised. I know that when we come together, change starts with me, change starts with you, and change starts with all of us. Every day when I put on my uniform, the reflection on the mirror serves as a daily reminder of how grateful I am to serve the greatest country we call home, Australia. I get to serve and carry the proud values of our military men and women who have served before me. I get to carry the Hazara values where, despite our generational trauma of going through genocide just very recently, yet we get up and prove that we deserve a seat at the table. I get to elevate the voices of young children to our decision makers in the Parliament. So I know these responsibilities do not end here, but they start here. Thank you.
That's it, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you guys did, like, share, comment, subscribe, and inshallah the video min kuni.